Living in America right now feels like a punishment. You wake up already behind, you go to work just to stay broke, and you watch the cost of everything rise while your paycheck doesn't move an inch.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Finance with Flow. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the crash of the American economy in 2025. So I stitched together a few videos of people giving their thoughts and opinions on the crash. Stay tuned to the end of the video to hear my thoughts and opinions. But before that, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to
Living in
the
America
channel,
right
and
now
hit that
feels like a
notification bell so
punishment.
that you don't
You
miss an
wake up already
upload.
behind, you go to work just to stay broke, and you watch the cost of everything rise while your paycheck doesn't move an inch. Groceries are a luxury, rent is robbery, healthcare is a joke, and somehow we're the ones blamed for not budgeting better. People are working 2, 3 jobs and still choosing between food or gas. Families are crammed into apartments because buying a house became a fantasy. You can't afford to get sick. You can't afford to rest. You can't afford to exist. But they keep telling us the economy's strong. Strong for who? Because it sure as hell isn't the people doing the work. We're out here treading water while billionaires build rockets, politicians trade stocks, and corporations raise prices just because they can. We were promised opportunity. We got survival. And what makes this worse is watching people blame themselves. Like somehow you failed because you can't afford a 1 bedroom anymore. Like you didn't do enough when the truth is the math just stopped adding up years ago. They told us to work harder, but never told us they'd change the finish line. This isn't a country full of lazy people. It's a country full of exhausted ones. Simple as that.
Many of us here in the US are waking up this morning to our investments and stocks plummeting. I know I made the mistake of checking my account. Trump's tariffs have had a huge, huge impact on the economy and will continue to do so. You know, it's a bad sign when his former vice president, Mike Pence, is speaking out directly against these tariffs and warning that the average American will be losing $3,500 this year as a result of the tariffs. Do you know how many people voted for this administration without even understanding what a tariff is? But do you know who did explain it and did warn over and over? Kamala Harris. She spoke out directly against what is happening now. And yet, here we are.
I really don't even know how to live this life anymore. I cannot believe the state of things. I cannot believe the state of things. I'm just like, I have been trying to follow the stupid system that was created, not by me, but these insecure, self-hating men created the patriarchy because they were so jealous of women for having all this power and beauty and being connected to source. And so they're like, okay, we're gonna create scarcity where you have to work. You have to work to get food, to have a place to live, just the basics to survive. You need to trade your time and energy to give to someone else. They're going to get rich. You're just going to give your life away. And that's what all of us are doing in capitalism. And this system is so ridiculous, but I have been trying to play by the rules. I'm like, okay, you're forcing me to get a job. Fine, I'll get a job. But now it's at the point where, like, I literally can't find a job. And this is crazy because I've been working for 20 years as a chef, and when I actually went to art school, but I was already working as a chef when I was in art school. And I was like, well, at the very least, like, I'm not going to make money as an artist. The only people who make money as artists are white men who are confident and trust fund kids who don't have to pay any bills, and so they can just like paint and be free. So those are the only artists who are in our country right now. Okay, just so you know. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not gonna be able to make a living as an artist. Fine, I'll be a chef. I'm great at this. It's creative. It's fun. I enjoy it. And I'm like, there will never be a lack of jobs in this industry. That was my thought. But now, after 20 years of working in the industry, my resume is like killer. I have run kitchens. I have managed bakeries. I have been a personal chef for celebrities. I have worked on, fancy boats in Alaska as a pastry chef. I have worked as a teacher, a culinary instructor on a farm. I've worked in food programs in nonprofit agencies. I have worked every type of food job possible. I have worked in New York City. I have worked for James Beard Award winning restaurants, okay? And me at this moment in time, I can't find work. Like, this is insane. I'm scouring all the platforms. I'm going everywhere trying to find work. Can't find work. And so I have found myself in this community where I was like, oh, finally I found this like intentional community and it's going to be so great and No, dude, it's the same here. It's a microcosm of capitalism here. We're all working for minimum wage. Everybody reviews each other, so it's very like cutthroat. Everybody's talking shit about each other. It's very, very toxic. And I'm just so exhausted. I'm like, if you're gonna force me to be a slave for my whole life, I guess I just have to do this. I guess I have to because you're forcing me into it. Okay, fine. I'm gonna be a slave. I'm gonna be a peasant for my whole life. I'm gonna give you all of my energy and time just so that I can have a roof over my head and food to eat, right? But the cost of living in the US is so insane. Y'all see it, right? You see it. You see how crazy expensive it is. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's the worst of any country ever. Like, not ever, but I mean, we have it so bad here. What we're getting paid versus what it costs to live, the US is the worst. Literally the worst. Sorry, I haven't showered in forever. My hair looks crazy. Forgive the dirty hair, okay? I'm like, is the answer leaving? Like, do I need to leave my country? I'm trying to like get a remote job so that I can bounce, but now I'm like, maybe I don't even need to do that. I don't know. It's out of control. I literally do not understand how anybody is living right now. Nobody's hiring. There are no jobs. People are like, oh, go on Indeed. No, all those jobs are fake. It's not real. Go on Craigslist. Those are actual real jobs. And look at how few jobs there are right now. And then go on that same Craigslist and then go on Zillow and see what a 1-bedroom piece of shit apartment is going for. $2,500? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. So what are we gonna do about this? Like, you guys, it's how much worse do you want it to get before we revolt, before we stop paying bills, before we just say like, absolutely not? This is insane? How bad do you want it to get? Because I literally just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do in life. I don't know what to do in this country, in this society. I'm just like, it is so bad here. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna find like a man to take care of me. That's obviously not gonna happen. I was looking for that for a while. Yeah, no, that's not happening. So yeah, I'm just like, are we all gonna be homeless or what is going on?
Grocery prices in the States have reached the point of insanity. I just went and bought 3 items, and I want you to guess how much it cost me, okay? I bought a salad kit, and then I bought Beyond Meat, which arguably should be cheaper than real meat. I mean, it's made from plants, right? I bought a tub of cashews. The cashews alone cost me $12. $12. That's nuts. For 3 items, it cost me $24 and change, a quarter way to $100. Now, at what point is this just not tenable anymore? No one can afford this. This is becoming absolutely bonkers. I thought it was bad 4 years ago, and I thought it was bad last year. No, we've gotten to the point where I don't even know what next year is going to look like. Okay, if a loaf of bread is $6 and a tub of nuts is $12, I don't even know where we go from here. No one can afford this. I know grocery prices have gone up all over the world. I feel like in the States, we are really feeling it right now. Am I crazy for thinking this? I mean, what do you think? What does your grocery bill look like lately? Because mine is
Cost of living in Florida is absolutely fucking ridiculous, and the pay is not matching up with it, especially for healthcare workers, specifically nurses, is who I'm referring to because that's what I know, that's what I do. A lot of my videos talk about this. A lot of people comment that I live above my means. I would like to show you a video of me. I am the person that a lot of my friends go to for financial advice because I'm very frugal, I'm very good at budgeting. I love budgeting, I love saving money, I love investing money, I love doing things like this. Can't do it anymore because I literally don't make money. But yes, a lot of my friends come to me, and this video that I'm going to attach is one of my best friends. She was moving to Tampa. She wanted my help finding an apartment that she could afford. She sent me her pay. She sent me all these things. So I said, oh my God, girly pop, absolutely. Look at this fucking shit. Okay, December 29th, 2020. This one was $13.40. I clicked on this link, and it took me here. All right, we're looking for the 1-1 that I sent her, which was this one. 743 square feet, 1-1. It was 18, but after all the additional, it's 1964. I sent her a 12-month lease. For a 12-month lease today, that is $24.61. So yeah, it's not a me issue, but thank you. Also, yes, I could get 27 roommates or live like in Section 8 housing or have like the cops perched outside my apartment every day. For example, my brother was trying to convince me to move to Jacksonville, and he's like, hey, you should come live here. He called me the other day. He goes, Grace, the cops knocked on my door at 4 a.m. and asked me if I heard anything. And I was like, did you? He's like, no. Apparently my neighbor got murdered and dragged down the stairs. But you should come live here because it's cheap. It fucking better be.
Americans cannot afford to live at all, okay? I just had a conversation with some co-workers, and they told me that some of their family members are actually living in their cars, right? They're living in cars to save money, right? They shower at the gym, and they just sleep in their cars to save money and all that stuff because the rent is way too high. It's like nobody can afford to live. The only people that can afford to live, that can afford food and rent, comfortably is you got to be making like near $1 million, at least $500,000. Because even people that are six-figure earners, depending on where you live, they are struggling like crazy. But check this out. These are Americans living in their cars, yo.
Making brekkie in a grocery store parking lot. I eat off the pan because less dishes. Somewhere.
Day 37 of living in our car. We've been living in our car for 37 days. It's been very hard.
I shared yesterday that I've moved into my Subaru because I refuse to sign another lease and give tens of thousands of dollars to millionaire property management companies that I hate. Fuck capitalism. So here are some answers to questions that you guys had about how I'm doing this. Question was, where do I shower? I know a lot of people get gym memberships. I haven't done that yet because I haven't needed to do that. I'm in a little bit of a special situation where my family lives pretty close by where I'm at. They're like 40 minutes away, and they live on a boat now. And so I have access to like the marina showers. I just need their key fob.
Okay, boom. I've been living in my car since May 13th, about 2 months and some change. Let's talk about it. So I bought this car knowing that I was probably going to have to make a tough decision. I do freelance work and video, and a lot of the money will come in late, as any freelance knows.
So how far is this gonna get? Like is this the new lifestyle? Are we gonna do absolutely nothing about housing, right? Is there gonna be just no affordable housing at all? Like no $500, $700 apartments? None of that? Everything's just gonna keep being more and more and more expensive? Because right now, there are about 3 million Americans, and you can Google this, right? You can do the research. Google it. There are about 3 million Americans living in their cars or van life, right? And those numbers are going up because people just can't afford anything. Everything's just way too expensive. Something has got to change. Something has got to snap. Something has got to crack. Okay? We cannot have our families living in cars, dude. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell me what you
Seattle
think.
shipping port is empty. So is LA. It looks like that's the 3 main shipping ports on the West Coast. They are no longer getting international shipments. The last one is scheduled for tomorrow. This is going to have huge implications for our economy really quickly, and also long term. We are probably going to face one of the biggest economic recessions we've seen in probably over a century. This is going to be really bad, especially with all of the migrant labor that we rely on now being gone. If farms can't harvest, if people can't ship things in and out, if truck drivers can't pick up deliveries, our entire system crashes. We are going to see food shortages, empty shelves, job losses, and even higher inflation with all these tariffs. It's going to be pretty crazy. In like 3 to 6 months, we're really going to start feeling this really hard as the harvest isn't being harvested, as retail stores aren't having any inventory and go out of business. This is going to affect mostly middle class, lower class Americans. Rents are going to go up even more. Mortgages are going to go up. It's going to get harder to get loans. And we are going to see huge layoffs. It's time to start channeling your grandma who survived the Great Depression. Start your garden. Start learning canning. Buy a bidet. Switch from paper to cloth products. Shop locally. This is probably going to be a lot worse than what we saw during COVID. And the fucked up thing is the people at the top with all the money aren't going to be hurt by this. It's going to be us. And while everything is skyrocketing in price and while everything is crumbling apart, they're going to snatch up all these stocks as they plummet so they can buy super low and get even more money in the future. They are manufacturing an economic crisis that will hurt middle class and lower class Americans the hardest while they boost their fortunes. There is so much manufacturing of an economic crisis. This is all avoidable. But yet, here we are.
Can someone explain to me why is it that the minimum wage is not a livable wage? Because I'm not really understanding, and maybe someone can explain it to me because it really doesn't make any sense. Here in the state of Florida, the minimum wage is $12 an hour. And I understand that most people do not get paid minimum wage. A lot of people get paid more than minimum wage. But here's the problem with that. A lot of companies think that they're being generous because they're paying above the minimum wage, when minimum wage is literally like on the floor in hell. Like, you cannot live on minimum wage. If you are getting paid minimum wage, you need government assistance. You are living in poverty. You are making less than $20,000 a year. Not one person can survive on that. You're making less than $20,000 a year working full time. Why is that the minimum wage? I don't understand it. The minimum wage should be set based off of what is the minimum required to live in the city in which you are employed comfortably. Right? It only makes sense. Because how is it that these million and billion dollar corporations are making all of this money? Like, literally the CEO of Walmart just bought this super fucking yacht, and his employees, the people who are stocking his shelves and literally giving their lives to this company, are living in some of the worst neighborhoods and in the worst conditions. They can't even barely afford to feed their families. Like, and they're living on government assistance. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, does anyone else not see this? Does anyone else not care? My job pays me double the minimum wage. But guess what? In my city, I still can't survive on that. That is still not a livable wage. So when are these companies going to actually start paying their employees who are giving their livelihoods, giving their time, a livable wage, of being able to live and survive in the city in which they are employed? That should be the basic requirement. And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. Of course, there are other jobs. I can go and get another job. I could get another higher paying job. But that's not the point here. The point is that these companies are making millions and billions of dollars, and they're paying their employees pennies. Their employees are unable to survive. In a country like America, anyone that's working a 40-hour job, spending their lives working for a company, they should be able to survive and afford the basic necessities to live. But we don't, and that's the problem. So look, one of two things needs to happen. Either they increase the wages or they lower the rent and the cost of living, because we can't keep doing this. The majority of Americans are struggling right now. People need dual income or even more just to afford rent. Most Americans can't even afford to buy a house right now. Shit is screwed. Like, what are we doing, and why are people not more outraged? Like, we should be taking to the streets and striking. We need to do something.
So I don't normally ever come on here and post anything except of my dog because he's absolutely gorgeous. But I am extremely frustrated being a full-time employed person living in Florida and not being able to afford to live. I have spent my whole fucking day off trying to find a, more affordable place to live, because I can't afford fucking $1,300 a month in rent, and then fucking a $650 car note, and then $300 in fucking insurance, and then you got utilities, and it's either I eat or I pay my bills, and then even then it's like, okay, well, which bill's gonna be fucking late this month? And I'm so fucking sick of it. Like, all these fucking apartment complexes and realtors and even private renters, fuck you. Fuck you so fucking hard. And I mean that with everything in me. Fuck you. I, nor anybody else, should be working 60 plus hours a fucking week and not be able to fucking live. I'm about to crash the fuck out. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me losing my fucking mind. I don't know. But I'm about to lose my shit because I just can't
feel like it's just time to clock out at this point. It's just time to clock out of life, the USA, the world. Because I know that, like, we have to kind of let things get really, really bad, which they already are, but even worse than that. But I don't really understand what the point of any of it is anymore. Like, going to my job, going to my little bartending job, having these little dreams of, being a successful actress. What's the point of it? What's the point of it? I mean, it's burning. Everything's burning, and I don't know who, God, the universe, who's looking up from above and just being like, just wait it out. Because I feel like at this point they're laughing. I feel like they're in on some sick sort of joke, and I don't really understand when the punchline comes in. And I'm trying not to feed into the fear of hopelessness, but I spent $40 at the grocery store today to get 6 things. $40. Chicken salad, eggs, berries, spinach, broccoli, and I can't remember the other thing. That's not normal. None of this is normal. Now they're saying the most unhappy demographic of people is Gen Z. Used to be older people. Used to be boomers. Now it's us. Because we see, our eyes have been opened. We see how messed up everything is. And I'm scrolling on TikTok and I'm watching, all of the demise of this country, of this world in itself. And then in between that, seeing, get ready with me. Here's my outfit for the day. What is the point? What is the point of any of it? And I'm sorry, I just needed to have a little crash out today because I'm kind of losing my mind. National Guards being deployed, Texas sending the military, foreign air bases being built on American soil. It's too much. It's too much. I want to clock out. I want to punch in my card. I don't want to go to work. I want to clock out permanently. I'm done. Will I still go to work today? Yes. But I wish there was another option. So
I'm at the point in my life where I feel like if this is not fucking rock bottom, I don't know what is. Because I told my director, I told everyone my situation. I have 6 days to figure out a second job, and then the job that I have now just cut me back to part-time. I have 3 kids. I'm about to be fucking homeless. And I don't know what to do. Like, I told them my situation, and they basically were like, let's kick this bitch while she's down. So now it looks like I'm gonna be finding 2 jobs instead of just having to find another one. I feel like this is never gonna get better. I fucking hate being an adult, and never in my life have I struggled this fucking bad, and this is the most money that I've ever made.
Everywhere you look, people can feel that something is wrong. Prices are rising, jobs are disappearing, and the debt is out of control. The American economy is crashing. And even though most people don't want to admit it, everyone knows deep down that things aren't normal anymore. You can sense it in the conversations at work, the grocery stores, and just online. People are struggling to survive. For years, we've been told that everything is under control. Politicians and experts keep saying that the economy is strong, but the reality doesn't match the headlines. Rent is higher than ever, food costs keep rising, and people working longer hours just to afford the basics. Families that were once comfortable are now living paycheck to paycheck. It's not just a temporary slowdown, it's a full-blown collapse of stability. The middle class is being wiped out slowly. It's getting harder to buy a home, save money, or even dream about retirement. People are maxing out credit cards just to stay afloat, and even with full-time jobs, they still can't keep up with inflation. The rich are getting richer while the average person feels stuck to survival mode. This imbalance can't last forever, and we're already seeing the cracks showing everywhere. What's happening right now isn't just about economics, it's emotional. People are losing faith in the system. When you see friends losing jobs, when your savings lose value, and every bill gets harder to pay, it creates deep frustration. It's like living in slow motion during a financial collapse that everyone sees, but no one wants to talk about. At the same time, there's a shift happening. More people are starting side hustles, creating online businesses, and trying to take control of their own financial future. They're realizing that depending on the system is no longer safe. The truth is, the future belongs to those who adapt, those who learn how to make money in new ways instead of waiting for things to go back to normal. The American dream that once promised opportunity for everyone now feels out of reach for many. But even in this chaos, there's still hope. Hard times create strong people. If we can face the truth about what's happening, we can start rebuilding differently, smarter, leaner, and with more independence. The crash might hurt, but it's also a wake-up call to create a future that doesn't depend on a broken system. That's it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and while you're down there, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the page, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss an upload. And I'll see you guys in the next one.